here, it was a good view. From down there, I'm sure you could have saw the ball was bouncing around the ground there for a couple seconds, and a good awareness there by the Knights defensive line jumping on it. As the Knights offense quickly retakes the field here.
1st and 10 on the 46. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what the Knights do here.
Their first possession ended in a punt. This is Ryan Saylor bouncing off some defenders.
Ooh, getting pushed back.
But forward momentum will give him about 4 to 5 yards. Well, 3 yards. You know, speaking of Ryan Saylor, I talked about it earlier in the show. He's second in the team with 352 rushing yards. He's been averaging about 6.4 yards per carry. Averages about 88 rushing yards per game, and he has 1 rushing touchdown in the season. So, you know, he does a really good job moving the chains for the Knights out there at running back.
Yeah, he does a great job.
Monte Perigo out wide to the right. Joyner in motion. Another handoff to Ryan Saylor. He's fighting hard. He's going to get slammed down pretty hard.
Just not able to get that yardage he needs, you know?
Yeah, it was a good tackle by Tyler Sloman there by the Vikings.
Knights versus Vikings. Quite a historical match.
Indeed it is. It is here today as both teams, as we said, are 5-0. As Buchanugan drops back. Ooh, throws a quick pass, but it's picked off. Running it back. Number 28 makes Buchanugan miss, and he's going to return it all the way to the 25-yard line.
Wow.
A bit of a high throw there, Buchanugan. He was trying to find his tight end, I believe, in the crossing route. But it was a great job by the defensive back jumping the route. And he got more yards after he intercepted it. So Vikings going to be set up a pretty good field position here. A quick handoff, but shut down immediately. That was Josh Stackhouse, the running back, on the pitch, had nowhere to run. Loss of 4. Interesting to see how this Knights defense responds here. Put into some, you know, their backs against the wall against their own end zone here, set up, or the Vikings, you know, off the interception, set up a pretty good field position. So, it'll be interesting to see how they can try to help out their offense. Dropping back to throw, throws to the right side, and the ball comes out, and Bremerton gets it. This is home to the 30-yard line. He fumbles it. Ryan Saylor recovers. Ryan Saylor across midfield. Ryan Saylor across the 40. Ryan Saylor still going across the 30-yard line. There was a flag as Ratome. He was hit pretty hard, and he's hurt on the field.
Wow,
a lot going on in that play.
A lot going on there.
Andrew Blackmore throwing it to the far side, throwing it to the close, to his right, throwing it to his right.
Kai Warren, I believe.
Yeah, you know, he got hit pretty hard by Ratome, and Ratome, or no, it kind of just popped out of his hands by the DB. You know, I guess it was a fumble there instead of an incompletion, so anyways, Ratome ended up having it, and then Ratome, he got hit pretty hard as he's still laying on the ground hurt here. And Ryan Saylor eventually recovered it and ran across midfield, but it'll be interesting to see what the flag is. And hopefully Ratome will be okay here.
Looks like they may have waved the flag off there.
Yeah, so it won't uphold whatever it was. This means Bremerton, that was a good response there by their defense, getting set up in bad field position, but they were able to force it into their turnover. Ratome, he's been pretty good this season. The linebacker, averaging about 6 tackles per game. Unfortunate there. Hopefully he's going to be okay. As he was picking up the ball, he wasn't really able to protect himself as he was, recovering it, obviously, and trying to get into a full sprint stance as he got hit. Not sure what his ailment there, as he's still laying on the ground and the trainers are checking on him. Miss Y and all the other trainers do such a great job. When a player gets hurt, it's taking care of him. Max Buchanukan the other day in practice, I believe, he was hit kind of hard, and but he's able to go into this game. Last week we talked about how at the beginning of the show, Smaje Cook, he had injured. He was out. They held him out of that game with an injured shoulder, and he's okay now.
And they do a great job just, trying to identify the problem, which can be, difficult to do.
When
especially, he could have had the wind knocked out of him, who knows. But
he's been down on the ground for a while now, and hopefully they're figuring out what to do here.
Hopefully, this won't be a situation where the stretcher needs to get out. But, But you never know. This is football, and it's a very aggressive and physical sport. There's a lot of physicality going on, and, sometimes people get hurt.
Yeah, it'll be. He's been down there for a while now, so just hopefully it's not too serious.
Yeah. Knights doing a huddle. Looks like they're giving a bit of a pep talk to each other.
Yeah, Michael Barber, the homecoming king, actually. He was selected today, or announced rather, on the other day, and here comes the stretcher. Unfortunately. Which is never really a good sign. But what I really want to talk about is the Knights defense. They've really stood strong there.
Yeah.
Forcing the turnover. Second fumble recovery already here tonight. It'll be interesting to see. How Bremerton's offense kind of responds. The first couple of drives. The first drive, they stalled out, had a punt. On the second drive, with the interception. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond here on their third drive.
Yeah. On a bit of a brighter note, the band and drill team have been practicing really hard for tonight's halftime show, so that's bound to be entertaining.
Yeah, every single week they're really consistent. They do such a good job with all the students. With the national anthem at the beginning of the game. It's always really excellent every single week. It's they'll be just as explosive as the fireworks show after the game. So that'll be very entertaining to watch. Hopefully
not on fire. Well, hopefully on fire in a figurative sense.
Absolutely.
Especially because that wouldn't be good for the turf,
Yeah, no. Turf and fire don't mix very well.
Do not mix very well.
As they're helping Ratome onto the stretcher here, I believe. As the team here gets into a large huddle. Probably just saying a prayer for their teammate Ratome there, the linebacker who got hurt, number 32.
You know, and his brother McCoy Ratome is also playing tonight, and he, you know, I think they're definitely surrounding him right now, and you know, trying to let him know, hey, we got you.
Yeah, you know, this is a team. This really this shows a lot of unity and respect in this team. You know, and you know that's what you need for a team to get to 5-0. You know, you got to trust one another. You got to fight for one another out there. And right here, this is you know, as unfortunate as the injury is, it's going to unite them here in this moment.
All of our
able to cart Ratome off here on the stretcher.
Yeah.
We send our prayers out to Ratome. Hopefully he's going to be okay.
Best wishes,
yeah. So hopefully he's going to be okay from this.
For a speedy recovery and.
Yeah, he's going to be lifted in here to the ambulance here on the track. So pretty catastrophic injury he must have sustained there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, after that injury delay from Ratome, it will be 1st and 10 on the Vikings' 28-yard line after the fumble recovery by Ryan Saylor. Ryan Saylor, man, he showed great speed on that recovery. He wasn't able to break free, but got a huge return, and now this Knights offense is going to be set up in pretty good start in field position.
Return by the Knights, ball is placed on the 28-yard line, and so a 1st and 10.
Max Buchanugan, who threw an interception on the last drive. Cook in motion. Smaje Cook running wide to the far side. He's only going to pick up a couple yards here. Gain of 3 yards, so now after that 1st down run, it'll be 2nd and 7. Cook in motion. Handoff is to Ryan Saylor up the middle. Ryan Saylor fighting hard to pick up some yards. You know, I think really that the most unappreciated part of this offense has to be the offensive line. You know, you got guys out there on the line like Max Davis, Anthony Shadle. They do such a good job protecting Max in the pocket. You know, they do such a good job sustaining blocks, getting downfield to help out the guys like Smaje and Ryan Saylor and Brock Chris out there, you know.
And the line has helped the Knights offense sustain an astonishing 355 rushing yards per game.
As Cook is going to get some more rushing yards here on this handoff. You know, as you said, 355 rushing yards, that's twice the national average per game. So, you know, this offense goes through the running attack. So, and that'll be, you know, I think the biggest deciding factor coming in this game. You know, if Bremerton be able to continue to dominate in the ground game, or, you know, maybe if the North Kitsap Vikings can be able to stop the run game. So far, through this 1st quarter, the Knights haven't really, I would say, get off to the right foot that they've wanted to with the 1st goal drive stalling out here. But on this drive, potential to score some points here. As Cook is in motion, handoff is to Smaje Cook. And Cook is going to get some about 6 yards here on this 1st down run.
About 5 on the play.
So it will be 2nd and 5 as the ball is spotted on the 12-yard line of the Vikings.
About 3 minutes left on the clock for the 1st quarter here.
Both teams still looking for their 1st points of the game. Smaje Cook in motion. And Cook will hand it off to Rasheed Joyner. But Joyner isn't going to get much here on this run.
Loss of 2 on the play. Back to the 15-yard line. We're going to 3rd and 8 for Bremerton.
So now going to be 3rd and 8 here on the 14-yard line. Samaje Cook with a handoff here. Samaje Cook breaking tackles, slipping away from defenders. Man, Samaje Cook, yards after contact.
Wow.
He might have moved the chains. You might say he's just short. Let's see. It's going to be 4th and 1, and they're going for it. I like this play call, being aggressive here. Well, actually, they're going to say he got the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal instead of 4th and 1.
Wow.
Huge difference there. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for the Knights. Rashid Joyner, rather, fighting hard up the middle, dragging defenders inside the 5. Pile still going, and he's gonna. Looks like he's gonna finish his run down to the 2-yard line, or rather the 4-yard line. Excuse me. It's hard to see from all the way up here.
Yeah. No worries, Austin. We all make mistakes sometimes, even you.
Thanks, Bob.
It's a minute and 15 seconds left on the clock here for the first quarter. Let's see if the Knights are able to make the first score of the game.
Yeah, 2nd and 4 here. 2nd and 4, 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
Crowd is getting amped up and excited here.
Samaje Cook in motion. Samaje Cook with the handoff. Well,
looks like a flag was thrown.
This will probably be a false start on the Knights.
Yep. False starts against the Knights. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's pretty big penalty there. Going from the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal, from all the way to the 9-yard line here. Be interesting to see if they can be a little bit aggressive here, try to go with a passing game inside the 10.
45 seconds left on the clock.
Samaje Cook lined up in the slot. Smonte Perry go out wide to the left. Joyner in motion. Max play action, drops back, fires to the end zone, looking for his tight end, Troy Saunders. There was some contact, but there was no flags thrown. Yeah, Buchanugan there, he was just trying to force it into his tight end there, to try to see if he can make a nice catch in traffic there, but wasn't able to connect. So now it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Quick throw to Joyner, but off his hand. Rashid Joyner wasn't really ready for that pass.
No.
It's a quick little curl route there. So that's going to come up to 4th and goal now here from the 9-yard line. And they're going to send out the kicking unit here. James Morin, the kicker. He's been pretty good this season.
Yeah. Yeah, Morin's a great kicker. I don't think he's missed one this season. If I recall correctly.
I think he might have missed. I believe he's missed a PAT, but that was due to a bad plant by the holder. But otherwise, he's been perfect on the season, I think.
You know, and he plays soccer. He likes to use his feet to kick things.
Yeah, he's got a strong leg. Background from soccer here. High snap, good plant, and the kick is no good. It was just barely past the left upright. I think really that high snap might have thrown everything off just a little bit.
Yeah. That'll be
So North Kitsap will get the ball at the 9-yard line, 1st and 10. So the game's still scoreless here as there's 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Nice defense, which has already forced 2 forced fumbles and recoveries here tonight. Trying to get another stop here.
Handoff to 34,
and he's breaking free.
Wow.
Down the sideline, Savante Perigo is able to get him. That's Clayton Williams, the running back.
Wow.
Running wide. Clayton Williams all the way across midfield. Wow.
Great run by Williams, excuse me.
Yeah, Savante Perigo. Good hustle there by him. He saved the touchdown, getting tackled there.
Yeah. Nine seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter.
This is Blackmore dropping back, throwing over the middle. What a terrific catch by the tight end.
Great catch there. Got flipped over.
Aiden Alsop, the tight end. Man, he got flipped around in the air, but he was able to hold on.
Yeah. Almost a cartoonish flip, the way it happened.
Yeah, almost kind of Madden style.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. And that would be referring to the Madden football video game, for those in the audience that do not know. Which is, not as realistic as real football.
Oh, well, of course. It's only a game, Bob.
Yeah.
So after that terrific catch, it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 3rd-yard line of the Knights as we're going to start the second quarter here. Flip sides of the field here to start the second quarter. Quick handoff here to Dax Solis, and he's going to get about 10 yards in this carry. So far the Vikings doing pretty good on this drive with their ground game.
Yeah.
Going to move the ball up to the Knights' 19-yard line. That'll move the chains.
That will move the chains. Point, point. Oh, man.
1st and 10, Blackmore. It's a quick handoff to Solis. Gain of a couple yards.
Second and 4.
Quick handoff here. Number 32, Dax Solis, running to the far side. And that will move the chains once again. The Vikings running the rock here against the Knights. Pretty effective here. Blackmore under center here. It's a quick pitch to the outside, running far side, trying to get to the pylon.
Oh.
Wasn't able to get there. Clayton Williams, the running back.
Not quite there. Great run, though.
Yeah, it was a great tackle by the defensive back, Kilo Lagova. Was able to stop the touchdown there.
Yeah.
It's now going to be 2nd and goal on the 2-yard line here.
Nice defense. Got to fight hard here.
Yeah, trying to make a goal line stand here. Try to keep the Vikings from getting the first score of the game here. As Blackmore under center. Quick give inside. Ooh, and the ball. Oh, they signaled touchdown. The ball looked like it came out. And that will be the first score of the game. Rushing touchdown there by the Vikings.
Wow.
Now on comes the kicker for the PAT at Elkington.
And it is good, bringing the Vikings up to 7. With 10 minutes and 30 seconds left here, just about, in the second quarter. Almost said second half. Not that far done with the game yet.
Yeah, no. You know, it really surprised me that we've only seen 1 touchdown up to this point. You know, as we said at the beginning of the game, Bremerton's offense averaged, you know, they were averaging about 37 points per game coming into this. North Kitsap averaging about 41. You know, just to see about, you know, it's only 10 minutes to halftime, and we've only seen 1 touchdown. So perhaps this game might be decided by the defenses.
Yeah. Well, you know, the Vikings have been going pretty like hard and fast on their offense. You know.
Yeah, you know, on that drive there, they didn't really pass at all. You know, mostly getting a lot of their yards on the ground. Clayton Williams, the running back, you know, he got a huge gain into Knight's territory. Really set him up there on that drive.
Interesting, because historical factor, that's how the Vikings actually operated when sieging towns and cities. Unlike popular belief that they're these slow elves, they're actually quite fast, which is what made them deadly.
Thank you for the history lesson, Bob.
Oh, you're welcome, Austin. You know,
back deep to return the kick for Bremerton. With Samaji Cook and Ryan Saylor as this goes out of bounds. So this will be a penalty. Free kick out of bounds. As we see maybe a little bit of fog rolling in.
That's looking like more than just fog, Austin. It's looking like wet mist.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah, misting. Yeah, some precipitation.
Precipitation, ooh.
Coming in a little bit here.
I mean, that could be any water falling from the sky, but, you know, whatever. Don't need to get technical.
Yeah, you know, and before the game, really windy.
Very windy.
You know,
tried to fly a kite. It was almost too windy to fly the kite.
Came crashing down on the ground.
Yeah.
One of our fellow classmates. Thankfully, didn't get hurt or anything like that.
Hey.
But no, I think really the wind can affect some of the play calls here. You know, you don't want to throw a whole lot of passes in the blistering wind. As
Definitely.
Cook gets the handoff here, fighting hard up the middle. Samaje Cook gains about 6 yards.
You know, there's more than just like, you know, the wind is cold. The wind can, you know, throw off passes, and it can just make it hard to hear, you know, what's going on.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the quarterback having to have communication with his coaches. You know, trying to establish what the play call is, and a lot of wind can disrupt that sometimes. So, we'll interested to see if that kind of becomes kind of more of a factor as the game goes on.
Yeah, yeah, because it got really windy earlier.
So it's 2nd and 5 on the 40-yard line of the Knights.
9 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock.
Now here's a quick handoff, which is going to get blown up immediately.
Negative yardage there. Handoff to Chris, Brock Chris.
Brock Chris, you know, He's had a good season so far.
Yeah.
As I said at the beginning of the show, he's averaged over 10 yards per carry. He's averaging about 66.4 rushing yards per game, and he has 4 rushing touchdowns on the season. So, he's been, the Knights got a lot of depth at running back here for this team.
That'll bring the Knights to 3rd and 8 on the 37-yard line. Can't talk tonight, Austin. Jeez, stumbling over my words.
As Samaje Cook lines up in the slot, and Perigo will be out wide. Rashid Joyner in motion. Buchanugan drops back as flags to the field. Perhaps will be a false start, and that'll push the ball back another 5 yards, 3rd and 13. So 3rd and 13 here. 9 minutes to halftime. 3rd and long. Samaje Cook, who leads the team in receiving yards with 111.
Flags thrown again.
Buchanugan was about to drop back to pass.
A lot of laundry on the field.
And Cook, with those 111 receiving yards and all his rushing yards, through in four games this season, he has 718 all-purpose yards from scrimmage. So 180 yards from scrimmage per game. So just, not only in the run game is he really effective, but also in the receiving game as well. So 3rd and 18 for the Knights.
Wow. Well, let's see what they do here.
Needing to get all the way up to the 45-yard line for a first down. Buchanugan drops back under some pressure here. He's going to throw it to Ryan Saylor. And he was hit immediately by number 29 of the Vikings, Noah North, the linebacker, knocking it incomplete. So that'll be 4th down, and on comes the punt team for Bremerton.
Not looking too bright for the Knights right now.
Yeah, so far kind of a disappointing start. We're used to seeing this offense kind of just march up and down the field right away through all 4 quarters, but so far nothing so far tonight. As Max gets the high snap, deep far punt kick as the Viking return man is fumbling the ball, and the ball is still on the ground. And it'll be interesting to see who has it at the bottom of the pile. I thought he might have just tried to fall on it, but he kept going. But the Vikings do recover, so almost a fatal mistake by the punt return.
Yeah.
The punt returner there for the Vikings. After he muffed it the first time, initially I thought he might have just tried to fall on it, but he tried picking it back up and running.
Yeah.
But it was a good job by the special teams player for the Knights there. Couldn't catch the jersey number, but he was able to smack the ball out of his hands again. But another Viking was able to fall on the ball for North Kitsap.
However, it looks like there may be a penalty on the Knights.
Indeed, there was a flag thrown. So I believe maybe what might have been a false start or a hold or something like that. Not sure. So it looks like they might elect to, yes, they're going to re-kick the punt here.
Yeah, and that was actually called, the flag was actually thrown very early in that play.
So even if it Bremerton got in the fumble recovery, it wouldn't have counted.
Yeah.
Nice snap. Buchanugan feels it well. Very high punt. Fair catch, but he fumbles it again. But thankfully, number 42 of the Viking bails him out there.
Tyler Jackson.
Good job by Taylor Jackson.
Taylor, excuse me.
Yeah, Taylor Jackson was able to get there. The return man muffed it again, but thankfully does not come back to haunt him for him.
Yeah, because hauntings during October, especially bad.
You know, coming up. Yeah, yeah. You know,
Halloween
coming up here at the end of the month.
Friday the 13th. I think that's next week.
Yeah, you're right. You know, still.
Hopefully next week's game isn't particularly unlucky for either team.
Yeah, as the handoff here around the edge. This is Williams. Another good run. That'll move the chains. About 12-yard gain. You know, really unfortunate for the Knights to lose kind of a leader in Ratome.
Yeah.
As I said, you know, averaging about 6 tackles per game as a linebacker. You know, he was having a pretty good season, as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
So pretty unfortunate that he got hurt here early on in this game.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery.
So we got a timeout called by North Kitsap. They have 2 remaining.
Tonight's bound to be, an interesting game. Both teams undefeated. Homecoming game for the Bremerton Knights.
Yeah, it's really surprised me so far. As I said earlier, both these teams average so much points per game. Really has come down. It's been really kind of a defensive game so far.
Yeah.
As it's only 7-0. Quick handoff inside. Nice run there. Number 32. That's Dax Solis, the running back.
Nice job there.
Yeah, North Kitsap having some success here running the ball.
Yeah.
On Bremerton. We haven't seen that really a whole lot from any team so far this season.
No.
The defense, normally doing very good week in, week out, helping this 5-0 record by shutting down other teams' run games, kind of like last week against the Cedar Park Christian Eagles.
Yeah.
As Andrew Blackmore under center. Ocean Man at Stackhouse. And this is another carry for Solis. And that'll gain him about 4 yards. That will be enough to move the chains here. So a new set of downs here for the Vikings. 1st and 10 on the 35 of the Knights. Vikings, which have run the ball pretty well here. These past couple drives as a pitch here. Solis.
Running the ball through. Makes it to about the 30-yard line, it looks like.
And you might see Bremerton defense trying to make some adjustments here. Maybe just trying to stack the box a little bit more, trying to make it a little bit harder for North Kitsap here to try to run the football on them. Second and 4 on the Knights' 29-yard line. Quick handoff up the middle. Solis breaking free up the left sideline. Nice tackle there by Lagova, the defensive back.
Yeah, nice job by Lagova there. Certainly made a good job Lagoving over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
5 minutes, 35 seconds left on the clock here. Vikings are 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line. Let's see what they decide to do.
Dropping back to throw. Wow, that was a crazy play there. Blackmore trying to get to his tight end.
Yeah.
But pass will fall incomplete there, looking for the tight end Alsop. So that's the incompletion on first down. It'll now be 2nd down and 10 on the 12-yard line of the Knights. Blackmore throws to the corner of the end zone, wide open. Wow.
Wow.
Number 84, Kai Neal, the wide receiver, wide open in the corner of the end zone. Terrific throw there by Blackmore.
Yeah, where was the Knights defense on that?
Yeah, the secondary looked lost there on that play. Neal, does a great job by him, slipping loose there in the corner, and that was a great throw by Blackmore, the quarterback.
Yeah. Let's see how the PAT goes. Good old Pat.
Elkington here for the PAT. And it was right down the middle.
Yeah.
So
that'll bring the
14-0 here, 5 minutes left before halftime.
Five minutes left on the clock here. Are you looking forward to tonight's game, Austin? Well, were you looking forward to tonight's game earlier today?
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. You know, 5-0, two 5-0 teams. You know, two 5-0 teams. Bremerton doing really good on offense, and so is North Kitsap. You know, both teams averaging over 37 points per game here, and as North Kitsap here coming in 14-0. You know, really surprising. Been doing really good on the ground game.
Yeah.
The past 2 drives, North Kitsap, and you know we've seen Bremerton through these first 5 weeks that they've won. You know, really shut down the run game of every team they've pretty much played. You know, we talked about last week how they really shut down the Eagles' run game. It was really impressive to watch, but here, not so poor showing so far.
Yeah. That looked like number 3, which would be none other than Enrique Lopez recovering the ball there.
Yeah, it was a good job by him recovering that kickoff, and he was able to get across the 40, so he's going to set up this Knights offense in some decent field position here, desperately looking for their first score of the game. You know, Bob, I think really, when it comes down to it, football is kind of like making a pie.
Yeah,
you know?
Honestly, you know, you gotta have the right ingredients, you gotta have the right temperature, and you gotta bake it for the right amount of time.
Yeah,
you know,
you
for it to be good at least.
Yeah, you know, the right amount of teamwork just to get it just right.
Just right.
You know, and that's what the Knights are looking for right here.
Yeah. That was a great analogy, Austin.
Yeah, you know, a very wise man told me that once about basketball.
And you know, it can be transferred to almost all aspects of life. You know, you gotta really be able to get everything together.
As it's 2nd and 10 here, as Joiner's in motion, as flags are thrown, this will probably be a false start. Actually, it is a delay of game. We're able to get the snap off in time before the play clock ran out.
And we might even have a special guest later on tonight, one of the members of the Color Guard, Mercer Bedford. He might be showing up later on tonight, and we can just, talk to him about, what it's like doing the Color Guard, especially on the homecoming game, the biggest game. See how long and how hard they've been practicing for. An interesting little insight, maybe a little bit off football topic, but we'll do that like right before the halftime show. How does that sound?
I'd be exciting, Mercer Bedford, the one and only.
The one and only. Mr. Pie himself. He's the one who made that analogy, if you did not know.
2nd and 15.
2nd and 15.
4 minutes, 44 seconds. 6 yards there. It'll now be, perhaps it was 1st and 15 rather. So after the handoff, 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 9. Joyner in motion. Buchanugan drops back. Throwing it deep, looking for Perigo. Ooh, just a little bit too high for Perigo.
Just a little bit too high. Perigo is about 6 inches taller, maybe he would have been able to get that, but sadly he's not.
Max, I think he was kind of unsure about that pass. He kind of threw it a little bit too high because, it took a little bit to get there. The defensive back was right there in position.
Yeah.
It would have been, if it was on target, it would have been a really great catch by Perigo to take it away from the cornerback, but unfortunately we weren't able to get it. So that was 3rd and 9, so now it's going to be 4th and 9. 4th and 9 rather. So now the punting team's on here. It's Max Buchanugan's ready to punt. It's a deep punt. Ooh, and it bounces into the end zone. It will be a touchback, so the Vikings will start on the 20-yard line.
Crowd's as excited as ever tonight,
Yeah, even though the Knights haven't played very well so far.
Flag is thrown immediately there.
I think this team, the fans are really proud of this team getting to 5-0.
Yeah.
They haven't been 5-0 in a long time. So very impressive start to the season here. Coming into this big game, a lot of people are excited. Hasn't been a very great showing so far.
No.
But no doubt they're all confident that these guys can get back into this. Still a lot of time left in this game.
Yeah. Looked like a penalty on the Vikings there.
Perhaps it might have been a false start penalty, so that'll move them back 5 yards. As it'll be 1st and 15. There's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left before halftime. Vikings are holding a 14-0 lead. Blackmore lines under center here. A really heavy formation here. Variety of handoffs here. And the quarterback, Blackmore, he got out there and was able to put a great block on Svante Perigo, the cornerback. So some good yardage there. Great effort there by the quarterbacks, getting a block for his running back. Six-yard gain on 1st down. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Yep.
For this Vikings offense.
Just under 4 minutes left on the clock.
Quick handoff around the edge. Clayton Williams has had so many good runs tonight. Breaking free a little bit all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Great run.
As the mist coming down hard.
Yeah. It's a mystifying run there.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, at the end of it, it looks like he might have been shaken up a little bit. He's laying on the ground near midfield. That might have been Clayton Williams, I believe, the running back. Not too sure there.
Alrighty, let's see what the Vikings do here.
So, Clayton Williams is able to get the first down for his team. Quick handoff here. Running over some defenders there. Solis doing pretty good for this Vikings offense here tonight. Second and 10 on the 45-yard line. Dropping back to pass. Blackmore. Intercepted.
Oh, intercepted by
Enrique Lopez, the linebacker, jumping in front of it. That's exactly what the Knights needed here to get back into this.
You know, just under 3 minutes left. You know, this half.
Wasn't a very good throw by Blackmore. You know, kind of threw it into coverage there. You know, the pass rush was getting on him. Had to force the pass. Enrique Lopez made him regret it.
You know, if the Knights can get can score, you know, if I can get my words out, can score, you know, at least once this half of the game, you know, that might be enough momentum to keep them going. The second half.
Yeah, and you know, in the start of the second half, the Vikings will get the ball. So
yeah,
very important drive here as Samaje Cook gets the handoff, running wide with blockers ahead of him. Samaje Cook running past defenders all the way inside the 30-yard line of the Vikings.
Ooh, looks like he hurt his foot, however.
Yeah, he's holding his ankle on the sideline.
That is not good for Bremerton if they have 2 men out tonight.
Yeah, you know, earlier with Ratom and now Samaje holding his left ankle on the sideline. You know, that's huge because, you know, Samaje, we've talked about him so much, how he's been so brilliant this year.
Yeah.
You know, 718 yards from scrimmage through the 4 games that he's played. You know, 180 yards per scrimmage through those 4 games. Just been really explosive for this offense, and just very unfortunate to see him there lying in pain on the sideline.
I mean, it's not impossible for the Knights to play without Samaje Cook. They did last week.
Yeah, you know, last week, you know, and as we've also said, you know, Ryan Saylor and Brock Chris and Rasheed Joyner, you know, they've played really good. And as Samaje gets to his feet here, hopefully nothing too bad. Maybe he just perhaps has tweaked his ankle just a little bit.
Yeah.
You might just need to walk it off a little bit. Hopefully nothing serious. But you know, but still, you know, Samaje 9 touchdowns in 4 games. You know, 7 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns. You know, he's been really great for this offense. And it sucks to see him just get hurt there at the end of that run. One of his best runs of the night so far. 1st and 10 on the 29-yard of the Vikings. Rasheed Joyner
taking
the handoff, taken down. Thought one of the Vikings kind of got his hand in the face mask, but no flags were really called.
The band beginning to get ready for the halftime show tonight.
And, you know, the band do such a great job every single week. You know, very consistent, you know, very professional.
Very consistent and professional.
As, you know, the mist, man, it's coming down pretty hard. The wind, as you can see it going by the big, tall lights out there shining on the field.
If it gets any thicker, we might miss to the whole game.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's just blistering wind out there. It's interesting to see. There's Brock Chris here running wide to the left side. Brock Chris slipping by defenders.
Wow.
Looks like he might be able to. That run was able to move the chains, I believe.
You know, running with the wind on his back, maybe that gave him the little boost.
Yeah, it might have. You know, the wind is kind of blowing behind him, the head. So, yeah, maybe you're right. A little bit aerodynamics there, if I can talk. Help him out, get him upfield a little bit faster.
And, you know, it probably isn't helping the Vikings having all this mist and wind blowing.
Yeah, blowing right into their faces. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So, hey, there might be more truth to that statement than we realized.
As 3rd and short, he didn't really get the first down. As Brock Chris here, right up the middle once again, getting another handoff. This will for sure move the chains.
Yep. First down on the 17-yard line.
1 minute before halftime. You know, I think the Knights, they really want to take their time here. They don't want to give the Vikings any time before halftime here. No. The Vikings still have 2 timeouts, as Bremerton will in fact take a timeout. They have 2 remaining for this half.
You know, and our interview with one of the members of the Color Guard tonight will be happening right as you know, halftime is beginning to start. So that'll be an interesting, quick little interview with the one and only Mercer Bedford, who actually used to have this position before I took it, and you know, he got involved with the Color Guard and such. So
yeah, you know, for a couple of years, you know, me and Mercer are up here in the booth. So
how it's gone downhill since then.
Yeah. Well, oh, come on, Bob.
Oh,
you're the greatest.
Austin. Yeah.
I take you from Mercer any day. Just don't let him know about it.
Don't worry. I don't think he'd know. It's not like he's in the studio behind us.
Nah, you're both great. All right, 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line. 1 minute and 6 seconds left before halftime.
Let us see what the Knights decide to do.
Nugan dropping back, throwing to Perigo on the slant. Savante Perigo making defenders miss. Savante Perigo into the end zone for the touchdown. Wow, what a move Savante Perigo put on the defender there after running a great slant pattern. Max Buganugan with a great throw there to the slant. As we stated, you know, Savante Perigo, great move to get into the end zone.
You know, just great moves dodging those defenders.
Now James Moore in here, going to be kicking with the wind behind him with his PAT. And perhaps that affected the field goal earlier in the game, you know, with all the blistering wind. High snap. And the PAT is good.
It is good. That's bringing the Knights up to 7. The score is currently Knights 7, Vikings 14. You know, Vikings winning there if you are able to do the calculations.
Yeah, you know, Vikings will be able to. They're going to be up 14-7 here. Well, we'll see what they can do here with 1 minute left.
Yeah.
Of course, they will get the ball at halftime. And you know, I think what we kind of talked about earlier with the wind, and James Moore missed the field goal earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, perhaps, you know, he was kicking into the wind, and now that we see that it's a little bit of mist, you can see it how the wind is kind of swirling it around. You know, when it wasn't misting earlier, we were able to not see kind of the effects of that.
Yeah,
and he shanked the field, and he kind of shanked his his field goal attempt rather to the left uprights.
You know, all this, you know, wet weather was definitely a factor in how he missed the kick there.
Good one, Bob. But you know, in all seriousness, I think really it kind of has affected play calling too, because you haven't really seen many passes by other teams. You know, they don't really want to throw into the wind.
No.
Of course, because it's really hard for these young quarterbacks to really force it to make a difference against the wind.
Yeah.
So they're just going. You're going to see a lot of handoffs throughout the rest of the night here with this wind. It's James Morin after the PAT, successful PAT. We get ready to kick it off here with the wind behind him. Deep kick, return from the 5-yard line, across the 20, across the 30.
Wow.
Slipped free for a little bit there, across the 35.
Was that number 24, I believe, and that would be Riley Solis? Would that be? No, I believe.
I thought it was Josh Stackhouse, number 3.
Yeah, it might have been number 3. I might have been looking at the wrong number there. When he,
well, I think, Josh Stackhouse there, the running back, number 3.
Yeah, that would make sense for Solis, but.
Yeah, you know, anyways, you know, Stackhouse, nice return there across the 30.
Yeah.
You know, so now this Vikings offense, they have 2 timeouts remaining, 51 seconds. They're up 7. We have to see what they try to do here to try to see if they can get more points before halftime. Blackmore has a quick handoff here, getting all the way to the edge. Able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards. To be second and 7, 35 seconds remaining. They might just let this go to halftime.
Yeah.
Not really much hustle. So now I think is the perfect time to have our interview here with Mercer Bedford, who is on the color guard for Bremerton.
And Austin will be joining us again after halftime show.
Hello, Bob. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no problem, Mercer. It's definitely our pleasure. So, just some preliminary questions for those that don't know. What's your rank in NJROTC, and how long have you been involved with it?
Well, my rank is cadet lieutenant. Oh, sorry.
Move the mic a little bit closer to your mouth there.
My rank is cadet lieutenant. I'm the XO of Night Company. So we recently we had chain of command last year, and I took on that position. Wow. So I am right under the top person.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
And you guys do color guard at all the assemblies, all the games, all the sports events, at least football and basketball, I know.
Yes. We do color guards for many different things. We recently did one for the 9/11 Memorial.
Yes.
Any kind of ones that are requested, we will send out a color guard and do the colors for y'all.
Yes. And now this being the homecoming game, the big, one of the biggest games of this season, was there any special preparation, any extra practice put into color guard this week?
Yes, there was. We recently, if you saw at the beginning of the football game, we had a V formation.
Oh, interesting.
We don't normally do that. We typically do like a 4 or 5 men color guard.
Okay.
And this one is a little more unique. Since it is the homecoming football game, we typically will do a nice V formation and parade the flags and have a bunch of different flags out there for everyone to see.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's you guys do a great job as always. There's been 2 color guards today.
Yes,
if I remember, there's a PEF assembly earlier today, and there was one. I don't know how long it was.
30 minutes ago or so.
Yeah.
And for that one, it was extremely windy, and
Ooh,
we were all worried, and we were worried our covers were going to fly off, but everything went all well, and our covers stayed on, our flags stayed standing nice, or the American flag stood nice and tall, and all the other flags stayed there, so we're all happy for that.
Is Night Company excited for tonight's game?
I believe so. I know that a lot of the marching band are part of Night Company, along with the drill team over there in the back. So I think we're all excited. We're all happy to be here. Even if we're not here for ROTC, we're all excited for the football game. Yeah. And it's one of the highlights of Bremerton High School.
Definitely. Well, it's been nice talking to you, Mercer. Mercer Bedford. Is there anything you want to say before halftime begins in what looks like 1.2 seconds?
Yes, 1.2 seconds
on the game clock. Is there anything you want to let people know, get people hyped up and excited about?
Oh, I do know that halftime.
Well, there's some wacky and wild plays going on in the background back there. Nearly recovered by number 15 by the Knights there on that very deep pass. That would be Kilo Lagova. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Is there anything you want to tell the audience before we head out? Halftime, of course.
The halftime is a very interesting show. So if you haven't seen it before, I recommend definitely watch it. The band is really good. The drill team's really good. Everyone that puts their skills into it are very good. But kind of like what you were saying before, which I overheard a couple minutes ago, is that you replaced me? Is that what you said?
Oh, well, hey, every great person has a replacement, The president has the vice president.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
CEOs have the vice CEO and vice presidents. We got to wrap it up here pretty soon.
So,
but we'd just like to say thanks for joining us. We hope you have a good day, good night, good life. Let's see what happens out here on the field.
Yeah.
Before we go, why don't you commentate this like the good old days, Mercer?
All right. Well, we got a 0.0 seconds on the board, and we are at Knights at 7, and the guest team, which is North Kitsap.
Wow, 18 deep pass, and it is recovered for the touchdown.
Touchdown.
Wow, number 18. That looks like it might have been Alex Morgan Aguirre. I don't I don't recall who that pass was to, but that was an amazing way.
That was
the
preposterous.
Vikings.
That was preposterous.
Yeah, well, you know, I can't show too much bias here tonight. But that was an amazing job. Let's see how this PAT goes. That brings the Vikings up to 21 with his PAT to end the first half, and hopefully carry that momentum into second half, because they are starting off with the ball.
Just like a pie.
Just like a pie. They had all the right ingredients, right temperature, right amount of pressure.
I'm the one that made that saying.
Yes, if you didn't know. And it looks like the PAT wasn't good, so it is now 7-20. Vikings in the lead, and Bremerton Knights falling 13 points behind. Well,
but they will get back up there.
Thank you for joining us, Mercer. We hope everyone here enjoys the halftime show. Do you hope they enjoy the halftime show, Mercer?
Absolutely. I think it's one of the best halftime shows on this side of the water.
Yeah, and if I recall correctly, I believe they have something a little bit special planned because it is homecoming. And, there are going to be the homecoming golf cart parade happening.
Yes, they are.
So Austin Hilligoss and I will join the rest of you audience, sadly without Mercer Bedford, at the end of halftime. We'd all like to say thank you for joining us for the first half. We hope you stick around for the second, for this very exciting and explosive game. Alrighty. Enjoy.
everybody be good. That's some good advice for homecoming. Let's dance. Let's program. How about let's go crazy to an extent. All right. Also, at homecoming, I want to thank any of the Bremerton alum coming back from Brown High School. Welcome back home. Those from East High. Here in the stand. And also those from good old West High. Their homecoming course as they come out on our golf course. Give them a shout out when they come by. Get those engines revved up down there and get going.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second half of tonight's game as the Bremerton Knights will continue to take on the North Kitsap Vikings. Score here at the start of the second half. The Vikings have a 13-point lead as it's 20-7 over the Knights.
Did you enjoy the halftime show, Austin?
Yes, as always, as we were hyping it up, the band and the band always do such a great job, as I always say, every single week. They're so consistent.
Every single week. Very consistent.
Do such a good job.
Very good job.
And, if you like that show, you're going to like the show after the game, the fireworks show.
Yeah.
Ought to be exciting. Hopefully those fireworks aren't all soaking wet over there.
Yeah. That would not be good.
Yeah, a decent amount of them over there. Should be exciting.
Yeah, a fireworks show is a good way to, have a big homecoming game, go out with a bang.
Speaking of fireworks and explosives,
just ignore my joke, Austin?
Well, yeah, we got some football to talk about, Bob. As you were doing that wonderful interview with Mercer there to end the half,
that was some wacky and wild stuff going on down there.
The Knights, man, they committed some pretty terrible penalties there at the end.
Yeah, they did.
Which gave the Vikings utterly one play left before half, and they chose to do a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And, I really thought kind of a push off by the receiver just a little bit, but, just otherwise, just terrible play by the Knights secondary just to give up that Hail Mary there before half. That's just a demoralizing play to give up before halftime. And now the Vikings going to get the ball here. They were running the ball really well in the first half. I would expect them to continue that, especially with the weather, with all the wind and rain that we're getting right now.
However, it looks like the wind and rain have died down at least a little bit.
Yeah, but with the way that they were running the ball in the first half, I imagine they're going to continue to run the ball in the second half. And it's going to be interesting to see how Bremerton responds. They did make a comeback in a game earlier this year. I believe it was against Squim. I'm not too sure. Can't exactly remember. But they did make a comeback win. So they're going to have to make another one here. They're going to have to play pretty well on offense. They only scored one touchdown that first half. Kind of disappointing compared to the rest of the other games. As we said earlier in the show, they're averaging 37 points per game, and they were only able to score at least like 7 points here in this first half of this game. So, and Kitsap's defense, North Kitsap's defense, has been doing pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see what the Knights do adjustments offensively to try to get back into this.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they definitely had a lot of talking to do during second half, kind of readjusting their game plan. Yeah, there's a lot of players. Well, not a lot of players, but at least a decent chunk of them, like Smajay Cook and Max McNugan on the homecoming court, coming out here a couple minutes early from the locker room, out in the carts there. Even the center Anthony Shadle as well. And I was talking to a lot of the players today, before the game. Of course, I'm not talking to them right now, but and they seemed really, really confident, and I think that kind of got to them a little bit, at least in the first half, I think.
Yeah, you're a 5-0 team, and you always want to have that confidence, thinking you're unbeatable.
Yeah.
But right here, they got to be realistic. They got to realize, okay, hey, we're down here, we're down 13 here to start the second half. We got to get our heads in the game here, and we got to start playing better. So, be interested to see how they respond. By the way, excellent interview there.
Oh, thank you.
In the first half with Mercer Bedford. Mercer is a great guy. Does a lot of great things to the color guard. Real great role model, I'd say. So a great interview there. You had a lot of interesting things to say.
Yeah, it was interesting. Just hearing about. I didn't know that. This might seem a little bit obvious now that I think about it, but I didn't know that the Knight Company. They did color guards for places that requested it too. They didn't just do it for for school.
Yeah, very interesting. As James Morin here, kick off from the 40-yard line. As there is a penalty actually. Perhaps one of the Knights might have an early start here on the kickoff. Going to re-kick it here from the 40-yard line. It was a false start on the Knights kickoff unit. So this will move the kickoff from the 40-yard line of the Knights to the 35-yard line of the Knights. This will give the North Kitsap Vikings a little bit better chance here to return this ball on the kickoff.
Now, Austin, do you truthfully believe? Do you think that the Knights will be able to recover the second half?
Well, it'll be interesting because most of the time this year we've seen them have the lead in a game rather than trying to attempt a comeback. So that's really let their offense, kind of like full rhythm attack with the ground game. As we said in the beginning of the show, they averaged 355 rushing yards on the ground. Very effective as the return is going to get up here to the 45-yard line. Decent starting field position here for the North Kitsap Vikings offense. But as I was saying, they average 355 yards rushing on offense. I think a lot of that has to do when they have a lead, when they build a lead, and they really kind of keep the clock under control, time of possession of having the football. The Knights haven't really had the ball as long as North Kitsap has, so perhaps fatigue might have been setting in on the defense a little bit there.
Yeah.
The first half, but now after the halftime, you're going to be well rested here. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond here. The first half, we're able to really stop the run. Be interested to see what kind of adjustments they make to try to stop the run. Blackmore's going to hand it off up the middle. Ooh. And on the first play of the half,
wow,
Solis sprints right through the middle.
Wow.
One play touchdown. And we were talking about if they were able to stop the ground game, and if that early evidence shows that they might not be able to.
Yeah, just carrying on that momentum from the end of the first half, just right on into
that's just very demoralizing for the Knights defense. I'm sure at halftime they talked about trying to make adjustments and just trying to get better to stop the run, just trying to be more effective at it. And right there, it's just really demoralizing when you talk about all that, and then just right away, first play, you give up a huge touchdown run.
And a little bit off topic, but I would like to comment on, a lot of teams, other teams when they come here for our home game, right? They don't have a whole lot of people in their side of the stands, but North Kitsap actually has quite a few people in their side of the stands. Almost as much as a lot of just Bremerton's standard home games did. Like last week we didn't have that many people. We had about the same amount that were over there.
Yeah, they're 5-0. A lot of people believe in them. By the way this game's going, they might move to 6-0.
Yeah.
Keep playing like this. So a lot of fans out there believing in them. So good following here, as you said. Past couple home games that we've called, we don't see a whole lot of a fan base going with some of these teams. Like last week against Cedar Park, wasn't a whole lot of people out there supporting them on the other side of the field.
No.
But as you said, there's a pretty good amount of North Kitsap Vikings over there compared to over here on this side of the field. Intercepted by Savante Perigo. And it looks like they were just going for 2 on that try. So once he intercepts the pass, the play is dead.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not like the NFL where you can actually return it back for 2 points for your own team.
Extra point is denied, though. So remaining 26 seconds in favor of the Vikings, plus 41 left in the first quarter. Online only at T5.com, Facebook page, T5 YouTube channel, and the Seattle Sports.
Alrighty. Let's see what's gonna happen here on this kick.
Elkington, kicker for the Vikings, ready to kick it off here from the 40-yard line. Back deep for the Knights is Savante Perigo and Ryan Saylor. Knights Down 19 here. 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. And they're under a lot of pressure here. You know, they got to get back in this game.
Yeah.
Fairly quickly. You know, down 19. Smaje Cook, who hurt his ankle, he's going out there. It's a good sign. It's a great sign for this offense, as as we talked about all the stats earlier. You know, averaging about 180 yards from scrimmage per game. 4 games he has played in, or at least now the 5th game now here he's played in. Because last week he missed last week's game with a shoulder injury. But no, he's such a big part of this offense. It's nice. It's good to see that he's okay and he's out there for the team. Here's Joyner in motion. Handoffs to Ryan Saylor up the middle. Ryan Saylor only gained him a couple yards here. You know, we're more used to seeing really explosive plays out of the running game from this Knights offense. You know, you got to give credit to North Kitsap. They've been doing a good job filling gap assignments and getting they're tackling really well. They're getting to the ball carrier really well. You know, overall, we've not seen anybody really shut down this offense.
No.
For the first 5 weeks that we have right now.
Yeah, and then the Knights are definitely, struggling with their, offense-heavy game.
Now here's Ryan Saylor up the middle, trying to gain some yardage here, trying to get something going, but he's only going to gain a couple yards. Third and 6 situation here for the offense. Trying to avoid a 3 now. Joyner in motion. Joyner's going to get the handoff around the edge. Rasheed Joyner. He's going to be short of the first down. Going to be 4th and 3. Rasheed Joyner losing his shoe on that play. Now Bremerton's going to have to punt. Could see them fake it here, maybe.
Possibly.
I mean, you're down 19, you need a big play. Max Buchanugan, normally he is the quarterback, but he's also the punter as well, so the threat of passing here could be available. No fake, no trickery here. He's just going to punt it normally. Going to bounce inside the 40. It's going to be fielded around the 36-yard line by Perigo. So, Vikings going to have some decent starting field position here. Nine minutes and 24 seconds left here in the third quarter. Vikings are up 26-7 over the Knights. Blackmore under center. All receivers shift to the right side. Handoff.
32. That would be
sliding up the left side.
Solis.
Zach Solis with about a 10-yard carry.
Dax Solis, by the way. There are 2 Solis on the team. That would be 32 and 24.
Oh, yes, perhaps related. Riley Solis.
Oh, is there a 3rd Solis on here as well?
Perhaps, but if you're confused, number 32, Dax Solis, the running back, he's been the guy. He's been the main workhorse for this offense here tonight.
And then
he's
there's
doing a pretty good job.
Riley Solis. Okay. Did you see that movie, James Bond, Quantum Solace, Austin?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with this?
Last name Solis, not spelled differently.
Oh, well, yeah. I can see what you're trying to get at there, Bob.
I was trying to formulate a joke, but I couldn't think of one because I don't remember much from that movie.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
All right, back to football here. 1st and 10. Quick hand. Oh, a fumble. Ball's on the ground, and Bremerton recovers it. Looks like Anthony Shadle might have recovered it.
Quick thinking by the Knights there.
Yeah, Anthony Shadle, defensive tackle. Great job by him getting in there. Looks like there was a miscommunication by Blackmore and his running back Solis on the handoff. This Knights defense, they have been kind of getting carved up by the run game, but they have recovered 3 fumbles here tonight. Good opportunity for Bremerton's offense to try to get something going here after the turnover. Try to shift momentum into their favor here. Svante Perrigo out wide to the left, who caught a touchdown earlier. Cook in motion. Handoffs to Cook. Samaje Cook not able to get much.
Wow.
0 yards in the play.
Alrighty, let's see what happens here.
Joyner in motion. Joyner take the handoff running wide to the left. Ryan Saylor in front of him trying to pick up a block. Joyner isn't able to get much. Gained about a yard. 3rd and 9. And really, I mean, Bremerton all night long has not really been able to sustain much of a ground attack, and it puts a lot of pressure on a young quarterback like Max Buchanugan to consistently move the chains on 3rd and long. Third and 9. Samaje Cook out in the slot. Svante Perrigo out wide to the right. Buchanugan takes the snap. Gonna throw a quick slant to Perrigo, and Perrigo, he had it. They weren't able to make a connection, so it's gonna be 4th down. Kind of similar to almost the first play of the game.
Yeah.
Max Buchanugan looking for Perrigo there on a quick slant. You know, Perrigo, if he was able to catch it, perhaps maybe able to get to the 1st down marker afterwards. But you know, you got to wonder if this mist and the wind has played a factor. You know, a ball, it's been kind of, you know, the football getting all wet from the mist.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to hang on to.
4th and 9 on the 45-yard line.
You got to fake the punt. Nope, he will go for the punt. Max Buchanugan. But one of the Vikings downfield touched the ball, and I think Bremerton might have recovered. And they do, so that will get them deep into Vikings territory. That was a good play by Max Buchanugan. He was going to pass, and I think the defensive back down there might have, you know, seen him drop back to pass and thought maybe that was a pass instead of an actual punt.
Yeah.
So he's trying to go for maybe perhaps what he thought would have been an interception, but he wasn't able to hold on to the ball, so Bremerton's able to recover it, and they're deeper into Viking territory. First and 10 on the Vikings 25. Joyner. Ooh, quick end around to Svante Perrigo. And Perrigo.
Flag is thrown.
Perhaps it might be a block in the back. I think I saw one of the linemen kind of grab a Viking from behind. You're not allowed to do that. Be interesting to see what the call is here. Was a hold on the Knights, so that'll make it 1st and 20.
Not much fun for the Knights there. They're not having a good night so far.
I'm sure they would appreciate your pun there, Bob.
I'm sure they would.
So that'll push the ball all the way back to perhaps the 35-yard line, I believe. Actually, all the way back to the 39 of the Vikings. 7 minutes here left in the third quarter. The Knights trying to make a 19-point comeback. Cook in motion. Samaje Cook gets the handoff, running wide to the right side. Isn't able to get much yards. Great tackle there by Blake Westinson, the defensive back.
Nice job.
It's going to be 2nd and 24 now for the Knights. Samaje Cook in the slot. Savante Perigo out wide. Has been the receiver formations here mostly tonight. Max Pukanukan play action, stepping up in the pocket. Ooh, looking for Ryan Saylor, but overthrown over him.
Yeah, not the best pass there.
Yeah, you know, Max, you did a good job stepping up in the pocket there, but he wasn't able to really set his feet and able to get much accuracy out of that pass, overthrowing Saylor there. He would have been able to get some yardage after that catch. So now it'll be 3rd and 25, so pretty far here.
6 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock.
It'll be interesting to see what Bremerton does here. Maybe try to run a little screenplay, perhaps. Cook in motion. Max is going to drop back, throw a ooh, and Samaje Cook, he will drop that pass, so it will be 4th and 25. So right here, you have to punt. I mean,
yeah,
4th and 25. And that holding penalty really killed that drive. Ultimately, on that drive, just the little things that can come back. Little mistakes that can keep piling up can really hurt your team. The ball will roll inside the 10 all the way to the 9-yard line. So this Vikings offense is going to have some tough starting field position here.
Just a quick reminder on the score. The Vikings are up. Winning with a score of 26, and the Knights are losing with a score of 7. Is that 19-point difference?
Yes, it is a 19-point deficit for the Knights.
Ooh, deficit. That's a fancy word, Austin. Not that fancy, but hey.
Now here's a quick handoff. Number 34 running wide to the far side, and he's got the edge, and he's got more yardage all the way up to the 29-yard line. That's Clayton Williams, who I think got hurt earlier in the game, but he's back in there now for the Vikings. He's had some nice runs here tonight for them. So it's that huge play on first down. That still moves the chains. Still another first down here. Here's Williams running the far side. Tackled down by Enrique Lopez. Down to the 25-yard line. Gain of 5. And that'll be 2nd and 5. Looks like we have an injured Knight on the field here. Trying to see who it is, not too sure who it is.
Sorry, I brushed my mic by accident.
Whew. Well, I'd say that this run game is really just giving this Knights defense fits the whole game long. You know.
Yeah.
As I said before, Clayton Williams, you know, doing a really good job getting to the edge, beating the defense, outrunning them, running through defenders, and then you also got you know, Dax Solis, who's really complimented him as well. You know, kind of running inside the tackles. You know, cut some pretty decent amount of injuries here tonight for the Knights. You know, saw Samaje earlier. Thankfully, he's okay now, but kind of twisted up his ankle a little bit. You know, and earlier, Ratome, the linebacker, you know, he got hit pretty hard after recovering a fumble, and you know they had to carry him off on a stretcher into an ambulance. So, you know, we don't know what happened to him. Not sure who this player is here on the 35-yard line. I believe they helped Enrique Lopez making the tackle there on Clayton Williams of the Vikings.
You know, and the Knights have definitely, I think, a big demoralizing, you know, factor just early in the game was the loss of Ratome. You know, a really bad injury. You know.
Yeah, and you know, as I said earlier as well, after that, you know, he's a good leader on this defense. You know.
Yeah.
You know, and perhaps it's Ryan Saylor. You know, who's really great in the secondary as a safety. You know, he had 4 interceptions coming into this game, leading the team. He's really good as a runner as well. So, you know, he was helping Enrique Lopez make the tackle there on Williams, I believe, on that play. You know, that's fortunate. You know, as we said, you know, Ratome, he's, you know, really good tackling linebacker, 6 tackles. You know, averaging about 6 tackles per game, and you know, Ryan Saylor, really good on offense. You know, we talked about how he averaged about 88 yards rushing per game.
Yeah.
You know, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, you know, 4 interceptions coming into this game, doing a really good job. As he's being helped up to his feet here by Miss Y and a fellow trainer here, his fellow players here, perhaps going to assist. That just shows how close some of these players are. You know, James Moran down there helping him up, or helping him carry back to the sideline here.
Yeah, a definite important loss for the Knights again here tonight.
Yeah, you know, as I've said many times before, he's such a great leader in the secondary. You know, great tackler. Hopefully he'll be okay. You know, it's a good sign that he was able to kind of walk off the field there.
Yeah.
But, of course, he did need the assistance of his teammates like James Moore, the kicker. Help carry him off the field. So, after that, 2nd and 5. Quick handoff inside. I believe that is Williams again. Actually, no. That is Dax Solis, who's been doing pretty good here for the Vikings here tonight. Quick pitch to Sauce on the close side. Sauce making guys miss. Breaking tackles, running through defenders.
Wow.
Slung down by Max Davis at the Knights' 45-yard line. 4 minutes and 36 seconds left here in this third quarter. The Vikings trying to extend their lead here going into the fourth quarter. This Knights defense desperately trying to make a stop here. Turnover would be huge for them, as all momentum has really shifted in favor of North Kitsap. Blackmore under center here. Quick hand out to Solis. Ooh, man, what a wow, what an effort by Solis there.
Yeah.
Just totally slung Enrique Lopez to the ground. He's able to get some more yards after contact. Solis showing really good elusiveness and the ability to break through tackles.
Yeah, sneaking around like James Bond in Quantum of Solace. There we go, finally
good
worked the joke out.
There you go. Give it a word that one out. After that 4-yard gain, it's going to be 2nd and 6 on the Knights' 32-yard line. Now it's Tyler Sloman.
Tyler Sloman on the carry. We have a few more. 3 out of the 27-yard line.
He's definitely not a slow man.
Yeah, I know he showed really good burst there, but you know, the Knights defense, they had a good job there by the linebackers. Second level of the defense there, getting over to the side of the field, taking them down before he got the first down marker. So now it's going to be 3rd and 2. Big opportunity here for the Knights to get a stop here on defense. And here's Solis running up the left side, breaking through tackles, carrying defenders out of bounds.
Wow.
And he's been really, it's been a great workhorse here for this offense here tonight.
Yeah. Just keeping those Knights constantly under pressure. You know?
Yeah, I know, and this has been a long drive, and you know, as I talked about before, time of possession, you know, we don't really keep track of it, but North Kitsap definitely has had the ball here a lot longer than Bremerton has, as penalties fly. This will probably be a false start here on the Vikings, but you know, the Vikings have definitely had the ball a lot longer than Bremerton has. You know, most likely they're dominating time of possession here, or at least it's felt like they've had the ball longer than Bremerton at least. Bremerton's offense really struggling here tonight. You know, only have had 1 touchdown up to this point, and you know, they really have not been able to sustain drives to help their defense kind of catch their breath there on the sidelines. They've been out there for a long time here tonight. So after that penalty, it'll push them back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 on the Knights' 20-yard line. 2 minutes and 30 seconds here before the final quarter. Here's a handoff to Williams, and Williams showing good burst across the 10-yard line.
Nice run there.
Yeah, Williams. You know, I'm really liking how the Vikings are kind of have a change of pace kind of back. You know, you really see Solis, you know, Dax Solis, number 32. He's really, you know, he's really kind of a guy where he's going to really, you know, break a lot of tackles. He's going to run through a lot of defenders, and then you really kind of changed it up when he handed it to a guy like Clayton Williams. You know, he showed really good speed and burst, and you're able to hand it off to him, and he can get to the edge and outrun defenders down the sideline. Now here's Williams and Solis here behind the quarterback. Blackmore under center. As we got another flag, and this will most likely be a delay of game actually here on the Vikings. We're not able to snap the ball before the play clock ran out.
So as you know, we're about to head into the fourth quarter here.
Waived off the penalty. Sorry, Bob. They waived off the penalty.
No problem, Austin.
And so it will not be 2nd and 8. It'll still be 2nd and 3. And I believe the Vikings took a timeout, so they'll have 2 remaining. This is a big moment right here for this defense. You're down 19. Really trying to hold them to a field goal here. Or try to force some kind of turnover. Going into the final quarter. You really just don't want to be overwhelmed going into this fourth quarter. And not saying a lot of guys don't believe down there, but once it becomes such a large deficit, you can definitely tell that maybe some guys stop trying as hard, or they really don't believe in themselves. They lose their confidence. So this is a big stand the Knights defense is going to have to make here to try to keep in this game.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to have to change something up if they're going to recover that 19 points and get up to 20 points that they need.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but
hey, stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened in football, so
yeah,
it's not impossible. Blackmore handing off to Clayton Williams, and Williams tackled down close to the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 1 minute and 15 seconds left and counting here in the third quarter. Big third down right here. This Knights defense really just has to have a great push inside. You got to get your pads down low. You don't want to get steamrolled here.
No.
Really just got to get some penetration into the backfield to cause some havoc. Third and 1. Quick handoff up the middle. Salas pushing the pile, diving for the end zone. And that will be a touchdown for the Vikings. Wow, Salas just fighting for the first down, and he got more afterwards. Diving, stretching out to break the plane. Another touchdown for the Vikings.
Amazing, like just showing from the Vikings tonight.
Yeah, really the run game has really helped them dominate so far late into this third quarter. As Elkington here for the PAT, it is good. That'll push the Vikings lead up to 33-7 over the Knights as there's 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. No, but I think we're kind of on point there what we were talking about. You can really see that as this game's gone on, the Vikings have gotten better, I'd say, at the running game against this Knights defense. And they've really struggled to try to stand tall against it.
So, Austin, what do you think the Knights are going to have to do differently to gain a lead?
It's going to be hard. Now that they're down, let's see here. I believe they are down 26 points now. 26 points. There's only 12 minutes in the fourth quarter. You really, as much, as hard it is for me to say this, you got to air it out, really. And the reason it's hard for me to say that is because, it's just going to be really hard for them to do that in these kind of conditions. And, normally, Bremerton's really run heavy, as most high school offenses are, of course. So it's going to be hard to try to, if they have the ability to get down there and score touchdowns, but have the ability to do that very quickly before the time runs out here on them.
And luckily, a lot of the conditions have gotten a lot better.
As you said, the conditions have gotten better. The rain has stopped, it appears, and does not look as windy as it was in the first half. As Brock Chris, the ball goes through his hands, but it will go out of the end zone for a touchback. So, Knights start at the 20-yard line. They're down 26. 44 seconds left here in the third quarter before the final quarter, fourth quarter, which these quarters, not like the NFL with 15-minute quarters, they are 12-minute quarters. We'll be interested to see if this Knights offense can try to generate something here for an improbable comeback. Michael Barber out wide at receiver. The tight end. Joyner in motion. Rasheed Joyner gets the handoff, and Rasheed Joyner breaking some tackles. All the way up near the 29-yard line. Rasheed Joyner, one of the better runs we've seen tonight here.
Yeah.
Ooh, and Rasheed Joyner, he looks to be in some pain here at the 25-yard line.
However, he was able to get up, so that is a good sign.
And Rasheed was able to kind of gingerly limp back to the sideline. You can check him out there. Holding his upper leg, perhaps maybe a groin injury. Hopefully he'll be okay. So, after 9 yards on first down, it'll be 2nd and 1. Brock Chris. He's fighting hard for the first down marker, but I think he might have lost yardage on that play.
Yeah.
As that'll be the final play of the third quarter. The Knights will enter the fourth quarter down 26. Trying to make a comeback here. It's got a 3rd and short situation as it's 3rd and 1.
Well, Austin, are you excited for the fireworks show after the football game? I know.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. You know, last year's game, in my opinion, it was kind of lackluster just a little bit. You know, it could have been a little bit better, but it was still pretty good. You know, I like what it was. It'll be interesting to see what they do here tonight. It seems like a decent amount of fireworks over there.
Yeah.
On the upper part of the field there, so it should be fun to watch.
You know, I'm not generally one to comment on fireworks shows because I'm no pyrotechnician. But I hope it'll be pretty cool.
Nah, it'll be great. It'll be great.
Great. Alrighty, let's see what's happening down here.
All right, 3rd and 3. Max dropping back, trying to throw a quick slant, almost intercepted. He was intended for Michael Barber, but Blake Westonson, the defensive back, made a good play there, knocking it away. Fourth and 3 now for the Knights. Down 26 here with only 12 minutes left. It wouldn't be surprising to see if we see a fake here.
Yeah.
Potentially. It's Michael Barber, the tight end, who is the intended target on 3rd down. Comes in. Buchanugan. He will indeed punt the ball downfield. Ooh, through the return man's hands. He's trying to get on it. And he was able to. Bremerton not able to capitalize on the fumble. Chase Blackwell was there, but luckily for the return man, not quite fast enough. Luckily for the return man, he was able to jump on the ball that went through his hands.
He did not chase that very well.
So now this Vikings offense, which has been pretty excellent in the ground game here all night long. 11 minutes and 45 seconds left with a 26-point lead. You know, we're just going to see the same thing that we've seen all game long. Yep. You know, it's been working for these Vikings. You know, they're just going to run this ball here with Dak Solis and Clayton Williams.
Yep.
So this is going to be more of the same of what we've seen here tonight. and Michael Barber with a terrific play off the edge at defensive end, just shutting down that run game for a tackle for loss.
Yeah, a lot of spinning going on.
Yeah, you know, I believe that was Williams. He was trying to fight, trying to break out of Barber's tackle there. Wasn't able to. So 7-yard loss. 2nd and 17 here for the Vikings.
Good job by Barber.
Yeah, Michael Barber, we talked about earlier a little bit. You know, he is the homecoming. He was selected as the homecoming king. So, congratulations.
Yep, congratulations to him.
Now it's 2nd and 17 here on the Vikings 12-yard line.
11 minutes left.
Blackmore, quick handoff up the middle. Troy Saunders with the tackle. That was Noah North, the running back. It's going to be a 3rd and long situation here for the Vikings.
Let's see what the Vikings do.
Yeah, 3rd and long here. You know, you have a 26-point lead. 10 minutes left, 3rd and long. Backed up against your own goal line. You know, be interested to see what they do here. Try to be a little bit maybe conservative, or Blackmore be aggressive here. Try to force it downfield, pick up the chains, move the chains rather. Pick up the first down. As Blackmore under center here, he did throw an interception earlier this game, and they will throw a pitch here to Noah North, the running back, and he's going to slip out of Perigo's tackle. Then he get taken down to the 25-yard line. So, I think that was a good play call. As I said, you want to. You have a 26-point lead here, less than 10 minutes now left here in the 4th quarter. You just want to run a conservative play and just play field position here against this team. The Knights' offense, as great as they've been for the first 5 weeks, just in this game all night long, really, they just haven't really not been able to establish anything. We got to credit, the Vikings defense as well. The Vikings defense has given them fits. Every time they hand the ball off, they really aren't able to get anything really going. As on 4th and 4 here, they're going to go for it here.
Wow.
And here's Clayton Williams. Well, he was fighting for it, but I don't think he got it. Pretty aggressive there. Pretty aggressive play call on 4th down.
Yeah.
Trying to just kind of end this game maybe on this drive. But now this will give Bremerton's offense, down 26, 9 minutes. Needing to score pretty quick. Now they're in Vikings territory. Trying to get something going here.
Yeah. Let's see what the Knights are gonna do.
Their last touchdown drive was kind of jump started by Ryan. Of course, it was kind of the same play when Tom got hurt. He fumbled the ball, or Ryan Taylor covered and got it all the way across midfield. That kind of jump started their drive and score here. And now kind of a similar situation here. The defense getting to stop, and now the Knights starting in the Vikings field position, trying to see if they can get some another touchdown here. As Max drops back, fires over the middle, looking for Brock Chris, but in and out of his hands. That'll be incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
See what the Knights plan to do here.
After the incompletion on 1st down, it'll now be 2nd and 10. Quick handoff up the middle. Not much on that 2nd down carry, so it's going to be a 3rd and long here for the Knights. Less than 9 minutes now here left in the 4th quarter.
They're going to have to make some explosive plays and quick if they want to succeed.
Yeah, try to make a viable comeback here.
Yeah.
Here's Buchanan dropping back under immediate pressure. Oh, he was looking for his tight end, Troy Saunders, but he's intercepted.
Right right to 44. However, it looks like the flag was just thrown.
That was Aiden Alsup, the linebacker. Yeah, right there, not much. Not much you can do really there as Buchanugan. 3rd and 10, 3rd and long. I think really he was just trying to fit that throw over the linebacker to his tight end, Troy Saunders, for the first down. But it was a great play by Alsup, the linebacker, leaping up and getting the interception.
However, it looks like there is a penalty on the Vikings.
But I think that this penalty might have happened after the interception, so that will not wipe it away as Bremerton's defense returns to the field. So this Vikings offense starting on their own 20. 8 minutes left here in the 4th quarter of their 26-point lead. Last drive, being very aggressive as here's North getting the handoff. Ooh, fighting hard, nearly breaking free.
Wow.
Tackle by Perigo.
Nice job.
Noah North, good running there. Eight minutes left and counting here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, 1 down, 10 to go.
Yeah, overall, just kind of a forgettable game kind of for this Knights team.
Yeah.
Especially on offense and on defense as well. Really just were not able to stop this run game at all here by the Vikings. And here's Williams getting to the edge. Ooh. Nice tackle by Troy Saunders.
Yeah. Right below the 40-yard line. Yeah, this is definitely a game that the Knights will try hard to forget, but they probably shouldn't,
Well, you're right, and you kind of use this as, kind of motivation going forward.
Yes.
They've seen what they can be with these great wins, the first 5 wins that they've had this season, and, right here, looking like they might just fall here for the first time this season, go to 5-1, they could use this as motivation going forward, knowing, this is the kind of team we can be when we're playing right, but this is the kind of team we can be if we're not really executing our plays well. And wow, what an excellent tackle!
That was an amazing tackle by number 6, which is
Abraham Parrish, the defensive back, getting up there at the scrimmage line, taking down Williams.
Nice in sync
commentary there.
Yeah, call me Justin Timberlake because I'm in sync. But
good one, Bob.
Yeah.
I'm sure the audience appreciates your cringy jokes.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
3rd and 8 now for this Vikings offense. There's 6 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. They have it on their own 40-yard line. Quick handoff to North. And North ain't going to get much. Knights will hold them to 4th down here with 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Let's see what's going to be happening now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that they're trying to go for it here. If they just want to move the chains, they just want to keep chewing down this clock and get out of this game with a W. Dropping back, firing over the middle, finding his tight end. Man, he was hit pretty hard, but Aiden Alsup, who had an interception earlier in this game, the tight end, he also had another, I believe he was the receiver who got flipped around upside down earlier. So he's made some nice catches here for his quarterback.
Yes, he has.
It's a nice throw by Blackmore as well. But as we just found out, that will not be good enough for a first down. So turnover on down. So this Knights offense will have some decent starting field position here. There's only 5 minutes and 30 seconds left, down 26. Not really any time left to make any probable comeback. So really what they just want to try to see here is what they can try to do well. Yeah. Try to kind of, what they can do well take on moving forward from this game on the next week.
And this game, it's double the disappointment of a normal loss. It's, they just lost their 5-0 streak, and it was their homecoming game.
Here's Buchanugan going for it all. Ooh. Broken up. That was Perigo. The intended receiver was Perigo. Was a flag on the play, and that's a hold on the offense. No, but you're right. This was the homecoming game. Yeah. A little bit disappointing, but and still high hopes for this team. I'd say.
Definitely.
5-1 is not a death sentence. No. It's unfortunate that they will kind of lose traction in the Olympic 2A division that they play in here with the Vikings, since they already had. The Vikings are 3-0 in the division, and the Knights are 2-0. After this, the Knights will fall to 2-1, and the North Kitsap Vikings will improve to 4-0. So, kind of unfortunate there, but there's still a decent amount of games left. Anything can happen before the playoffs, so it'll be an interesting race to the finish here.
Yeah, the Knights need an Air Bud on their team, Well, one would say that, I guess, Bob. Well, I mean, Air Bud, if I remember right, was pretty good at making
passes.
First
and 25 on the Knights' 36-yard line. 5 minutes and 25 seconds left as Samaje Cook getting to the edge. Tackled out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Gain of 1 on first down, so now it'll be 2nd and 9 for this Knights offense.
Crowd not nearly as excited as they were at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I'd say a little disappointed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Quick handoff up the middle. Falling to the left side, won't gain much there. It's going to go to 3rd down now. 4 minutes and 5 seconds and counting here until the game is over. Buchanugan dropping back. Getting away for some pass rushers. Trying to throw it short to his running back, flipping underneath to his running back, but unable to get the pass off due to the pass rush in his face. So that's a 4th and 25 now for the Knights.
Generally, not good for a team to be 4th and 25.
Yeah, definitely don't want that. Field position, very important in the game of football here. The penalty pushed them back. Handoff didn't gain much, incompletion there. So 4th and 25, and the Vikings have good potential here to maybe get a decent return.
It's like a penalty on the Knights.
Well, actually, no. It's a timeout by the Knights, actually. So they'll have one left after this.
To be honest, I was looking the other direction. I just saw the ref out there. I was like, that's probably. No.
Yeah, no. At Bremerton here, just I think, Michael Barber kind of ran in late. I think they called the timeout to avoid a delay of game penalty to push them back even more to 4th and 30. So. Oh, just sloppy play overall here from the Bremerton Knights tonight.
Yeah.
minutes and 54 seconds left here before the game is over.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I just expect the deep punt here, and probably just North Kitsap will try to run out the ball as the flags are flying. As the ball bounces into the end zone for a touchback.
Ooh, nearly a goal into the
well, that would have counted for anything.
That wouldn't have, but it would have been a interesting
style points.
Style points. Hey, they're worth something, right? When you're not able to pick up, actual game points, sometimes you just got to go with style points.
Gotta enjoy the little things, I guess, sometimes.
Yep. But that, the flag was thrown very early.
Yeah, so this could be perhaps a hold or a false start, something like that. Be interesting to see what it is. Well, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings on their own 36-yard line. 3 minutes, 46 seconds left. They're just going to hand this ball off, and then just going to chew up the clock.
Yeah.
And just try to hope for no more injuries. Fortunately, we saw one earlier here tonight for Tome.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers go out to him. Hopefully, he's okay right now. We also saw Ryan Saylor get he was slow to get up earlier as well. Hopefully, he's okay.
Yeah. It looks like he's standing up now.
Yeah, he looks like he's kind of recovered from that. Quick handoff here. Fighting hard up the left side for a gain of a couple of yards. Three minutes and 20 seconds left remaining before the game is over. 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain on 1st down.
Let's see what happens, Austin.
Another quick hand. It's just going to be, what I expect here to see in this Vikings offense. It's continue to quickly hand off the ball here. They're just going to keep chewing up this clock as there's less than 3 minutes remaining now here in the 4th quarter. Try to get out of this game and hope for no more injuries.
Yeah, you said that a few minutes ago.
Well, he asked what we're going to see here.
It was a rhetorical question.
Bob, it's always a great enjoyment for me to call these games with you, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Every single week.
Yep, every single week.
Third and 6. It's a quick pitch here. Great tackle there by Michael Barber.
Yeah.
It's going to leave him to a 4th down. That was Taylor Jackson on the carry. Wasn't able to get anything done on the ground. So now 4th and 8 here. 2 minutes and 4 seconds and counting here.
Just a quick score reminder. The Vikings are at 33, and the Knights are at 7. So it's looking like the Knights might not be able to recover from tonight.
Yeah, it's
from earlier.
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
As we talked about, it's disappointing, but
hey,
there's still some decent amount of games left this season for them.
Yeah.
And as I said before, we've seen what they can be. They know what they can be. Timeout here by the Vikings. With a minute 34 seconds left, 4th and 8 on their own 23. But we've seen what they can be, what kind of team they can be. Tonight, really uncharacteristic, I would say, from them. First five couple weeks, we've seen them really dominate on the ground. As we said early in the show, coming into this game, they averaged 355 rushing yards per game.
Yeah.
That's twice the national average, so
that
very
is
impressive.
Twice the national average.
No, but sorry, my mic cut out there. Technical difficulties. As I said, averaged 355 yards of offense, twice national average. They weren't really able to get anything going on the ground tonight.
No.
And defensively, you know, we're not able to stop the ground game. Really, in my opinion, the MVPs for this game for the Vikings would have been Clayton Williams and Dax Solis, the running backs. You know, they did a really good job moving the chains for this Vikings defense all night long. As here they are ready to punt. Gonna bounce around inside the 50. So this Knights offense gonna get try to play for a little bit more dignity here, I guess. Let's try to get some more. Try to see if they can get one more touchdown here before this game's over. There's 1 minute and 24 seconds left at
Just
midfield. You know, this is a good opportunity here to run your 2-minute drill kind of offense.
Yeah.
You know, your hurry up offense here. You know, in this kind of situation for when it does come to it for another game, if you're in this kind of situation down 3 or down 7 or whatever, you know, with this amount of time left, this is kind of a good time to kind of practice those kind of plays here.
Wow. Interesting plays going on down there.
Yeah, eventually Samaje Cook ended up with the ball there, and he was able to gain about 5 on the play, so that's going to be 2nd and 5. 1 minute and 8 seconds and counting here. Yep. The Knights.
So let's see if they can make a touchdown. Almost forgot the word for a second there. Almost called it a Super Bowl, but realized
trying to see, no, that's a special event in the professional level of football.
Okay.
50 seconds left and counting here. So Knights, Brock Chris here. The handoff going around the edge. Brock Chris, wow, great run by Brock Chris.
Yeah. He beat rocking.
You know, we've really seen some great bursts from him tonight in this game. You know, what the carries that he's gotten, we've seen some great speed and agility from him.
Yeah.
38 seconds left here. Knights on the 27-yard line of the Vikings.
Let's see if they can end the game with a touchdown and. You know.
Yeah, try to end it off a little bit positive here.
Yeah.
As Cook is in motion, Cook running to the edge, making defenders miss, carrying a couple defenders to the 29-yard line. 20 seconds left here and counting. The Knights might just, with Samaje holding his shoulder. That's unfortunate to see this late in the game, kind of in garbage time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's your ball game. Well, the North Kitsap Vikings improved to 6-0.
Wow.
They had a very good season. The Knights.
Very good season.
They were a sloppy game for them. They're going to fall to 5-1. We'd like to thank everyone who watched our broadcast here tonight. I was Austin Hillgoss. This is Bob Moore. And have a great night.
Have an amazing night, everybody.
See you next time.
See you next time.